somebody called you a purple hippopotamus? No, you wouldn't. Because even though you might know they didn't mean any real good by it, it's meaningless to you. It doesn't have to have any meaning to you. That was a lesson I learned from my father. On the other hand, another lesson I learned later on in life, when I was in college, I was very interested in the history of magic and spells and how these things were done. And I did a lot of research into, Wiccan beliefs and all of those things. And, I came across many books of, spells. And what I learned were two things. The two main things that always came through in all of these books were, number one, it's not the words that you say. It's the intention behind them. The words are sort of a conduit for you to focus attention on whatever it is you want to do. So it's not the words. I mean, you can pick up the words and just say them at random and they won't do anything. It has to be the intention, the power, the energy that you put into them. And that's what creates. That energy is what creates. And the words are sort of a vessel or a vehicle for putting that out into the world and creating that. And the other thing that I learned was that what you put out comes back to you. And this was a way of many of these tomes discouraging people from, indulging in negative or what they would call the black arts, using spells to try to hurt someone, that kind of thing. And the idea, the truth of it is that, the energy that you put out there comes back to you in a variety of unexpected ways. So if you're putting out energy that's meant to attack, that's meant to hurt, who are you really hurting? Who are you really attacking? You're hurting yourself. And you will feel it. And you will feel it, very powerfully. So what I'm trying to say is this. I think all of this that's going on a grand scale in this political arena we're in is giving us a huge lesson about the power of words and how what we create comes back to us and hurts us in many, many ways that we didn't realize. But when our intention is to hurt or, attack, what we end up attacking is ourselves. And I think that's a huge lesson on a spiritual level that we're seeing out here today. I spoke before a couple of months ago when I talked about Donald Trump himself, and I said that he connects to a tradition in Native American culture called Heyoka medicine. Heyoka medicine is the medicine that shakes everything up, turns everything on its head. Heyoka shaman would do everything backwards and upside down. They might go to a very serious ceremony and be coarse and crude and make jokes and clown around, do that kind of thing. They might ride backwards on their horses into battle or into a hunt. Heyoka medicine was meant to be, in a sense, a mirror to shake you up so much that you look at what you're doing and either your sense of self-importance in doing it or your what you believe or thought you believed, and reevaluate that. Take a look at that. How much does it matter? What does it matter? And what is it that you really believe in? And I think not only Donald Trump, but for sure him, but I think this entire cycle has been a big lesson in Heyoka medicine for our country, and perhaps even the world. So with that thought, I will leave you for another week. Perhaps you might wish to contemplate the way Heyoka is playing out in the world and maybe in your own life. You have somebody who kind of fills that role for you, kind of throws you into a tizzy, turns everything upside down. Maybe that person is giving you something to think about. Have a good week.